Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Sam the Man 99 coming at you with another video, and today I will be bringing you my predictions for Week 12 of the NFL season. Last week I went 4-10, not a good week for me. I am embarrassed that I did that poorly with the predictions, but anywho, Giants won a game. That's positive. 2-8 now. Suck for Saquon. Rams finally lost, and you see why. I thought they would put a showing on. They did not, because that Minnesota defense is too good for a young quarterback. Green Bay getting shut out at home. I mean, really? Are they getting to the point where there might need to be Colin Kaepernick coming to Green Bay? I mean, that's where they are at. Brett Hundley sucks. He flat out sucks. He's so inconsistent. It's just ridiculous that they haven't signed Kaepernick yet, especially since Kaepernick was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Which is weird to me, but anyway, I'm not the GM now, am I? But anyway, let's just get back. Oh, one more thing. How about those Nathan Peterman? 5 interceptions in the first half. Yeah, nice job, Sean McDermott. Way to go, Nathan Peterman. And also, Eric Flowers has not allowed a sack in 5 straight games. So, for the Giants, it looks like he might be turning it around, and he might not be as bad as we think. They still need to upgrade the offensive line, but maybe Eric Flowers is coming around. So, anywho, let me get back into my predictions for the week. So, we have the Turkey Day football, so to speak. The Thanksgiving Day is here. A football day, all day. We have the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Detroit to take on the Lions, who seem to play on every Thanksgiving Day with those weird-ass uniforms they wear. Minnesota going to Detroit. And this is going to be my upset of the week. Detroit is going to win at home against Minnesota after Minnesota came off a tremendous showing against the Rams. I feel like Detroit is an underrated team in that NFC, especially in the NFC North, and I think they could come out strong and come away with a victory, so I got Detroit at home. Moving on to the 4:30 game on this Turkey Day, we have, of course, again, I was about to say San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers versus the Dallas Cowgirls. The Cowgirls, Exhibit A, they can't score without Zeke Elliott because he's their offense. So I'm going to take the Chargers on the road, going to Dallas and winning, and sending Dallas's playoff hopes packing for the season, because I mean, they're really not a good team without Zeke Elliott. They can't do anything on the offensive side of the football. So I'm going to go with a victory for Los Angeles Chargers over Dallas. And finally, we move on to the Thursday night football game between the New York Football Giants and the Washington Racists. The Racists played well in New Orleans. They scored a lot of points. They were up by 18. And then the tires started falling off the truck. And they lost. They lost. They're just not a good football team. It's plain and simple. They're not a good football team. So, even with that said, I'm still going to take the Redskins at home, and the Giants, they seem to only like playing the AFC West. But now I'm going to take the Redskins at home on this Turkey night football day, whatever you want to call it. So we move on to the Sunday games. And the first game kicking it off will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons with a very impressive win last week in Seattle, and that's why I'm going to take them at home over Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Buccaneers. Fitzpatrick's not winning another game as Buccaneers quarterback. I'm sorry, Bucs fans. He's just not. Atlanta might score a lot of points in this one, too, so you never know. Yeah, I got Atlanta. So we move on to the next matchup. The Carolina Panthers and the New York Jets. The Jets coming off their bye week. They probably will lose this game. I mean, Carolina's just really good. Greg Olsen's supposed to be back this week. That's a concern for the Jets because he's going to be a big, big target out there. He's going to be thrown to a lot. He might get targeted over 10 times, especially with Kelvin Benjamin being traded away. That frees up a spot for Greg Olsen. So I'm picking Carolina on the road in this one. All right, so moving on to the next matchup, we have the New England Patriots hosting the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins can't seem to win a game. They're not a good team. They don't have a quarterback. It's tough to win without a quarterback. Jets fans, I feel your pain. But yeah, I think New England has this one in the bag easily. And that's how this one is going to end up. New England's going to be winning at home. So moving on, we have the Philadelphia Eagles hosting the Chicago Bears. The Bears. The Bears, you know, they lost by 3 last week to Detroit. A very close game, a closer game than I would have thought it would be. But yeah, Philly is going to take it over the Bears at home. So moving on to the next matchup, we have our shit show of the week, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. The Browns played the first half close, I guess, last week against the Jaguars. They played it close. But then they let the game slip out of their fingertips. I see the Bengals winning this one at home. And again, can Cleveland win a game? I don't know. Hugh Jackson might just have to be fired because he sucks as a coach. I mean, they're getting Josh Gordon back, I think, next week, so that should be a good another weapon for DeShone Kizer to throw to. Though he's been throwing to the opposing team more times than his weapons on offense. But anyway, there's not much here. Both teams stink. The Bengals do have some talent, and they're not as bad a football team as you would think, so that's why I'm taking Cincinnati in my shit show. Now we have, moving on, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. The Chiefs lost to the Giants last week. I think they've lost 4 out of 5. Not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. Buffalo gives up a lot of rushing yards. They give up a lot of rushing yards because they don't really have a big presence up front. Like, they traded away Marcel Darius for nothing. He was their big presence up front to stop the run. They don't have that now. I got Casey at home. Thank God they're not starting Nathan Peterman, or they would have no shot whatsoever to win this football game. That was a horrible decision. He is clearly not ready. I don't know why they would go to him in the first place. So, moving on to the last 1 o'clock matchup, we have the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. The Titans got absolutely blown out last week in Pittsburgh. They couldn't cover Antonio Brown. But I still think they'll win this one over the Colts. The Colts aren't a good football team. Don't have a good quarterback. in anything, so I think the Titans will win this game. Now we start with the 4 o'clock matchups, the Seahawks and the 49ers. The 49ers coming off a bye. Their only wins against the Giants. Not much to say here. Seattle should look to bounce back after a devastating loss to the Falcons. I think they'll bounce back and win this one on the road. So next we have the Arizona Cardinals hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars aren't making it look pretty, but they're still winning ball games. They're at 7-3 and atop the AFC South. Jacksonville's a good team. I think they're gonna beat Blaine Gabbert. Gabbert, first time back against his old team. Jacksonville's gonna win this one. No shock here. Now moving on to the next game, we have the Denver Broncos traveling to Oakland to take on the Raiders. The Raiders, something's wrong with that team. They just fired Ken Norton Jr., which I thought they should have done a long time ago. They fired him as their defensive coordinator. John Pagano will take over. Paxton Lynch, the first-round draft choice from the 2016 NFL Draft. 27th overall draft choice by Denver. He hasn't really had a shot to play, so this will be his first good look. And it'll see if Denver indeed needs to go out and get a quarterback in the draft, or they can just roll with Paxton Lynch as their franchise quarterback. So, moving on to the next matchup, we have my game of the week, the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams. This one should be a real fun matchup. Rams got to stop the run. They can stop the run. I think they have a shot at winning this game. If not, it'll be a long day for the Rams. Again, same thing for the Saints. Their defense came back to earth last week. Again, stop the run. Good time winning this ball game. Don't stop the run. It's going to be a long day for both teams. I think the Rams will win. I'm basing this pick off home field advantage. I think both teams are very, very good. But, yeah, the Rams are taking this one at home. So, moving on to the Sunday Night Football matchup, we have my lock of the week, the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Green Bay Packers. When Pittsburgh's defense has 15 projected fantasy points this week, you know they're winning this one, all right? Brett Hundley sucks. He's not a good quarterback. He has the same traits he had at UCLA, and he hasn't fixed them yet. He's very inaccurate. He's not a good throw on the run. He's not a great quarterback in general. He's just got to fix the little things. He's not accurate. He should be mobile, but he doesn't use his legs enough. Mike McCarthy's got to do something, or else Pittsburgh. Green Bay is going to miss the playoffs for the first time in forever. Forever. I mean, they even made it with Matt Flynn that time when Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Matt Flynn's better than I don't think Matt Flynn's better than Brett Hundley. But, yeah, I got Pittsburgh winning this one in a blowout. Antonio Brown might have a great night again. If Smith-Schuster plays, he might have a very good game. I just don't see how Green Bay could win on the road in a cold night in Pittsburgh with frickin' Brett Hundley as the quarterback. Aaron Rodgers, a little bit different story. This would be my game of the week, but sucks. And moving on to the last game of the week, the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Houston Texans. The Ravens are hanging around. They are hanging around. Slowly but surely hanging around in that AFC wildcard picture. I mean, they shut out Green Bay last week, so that's a good positive for their defense. Texans and Tom Savage won a game. Wow. Shocker. They played a horrible Cardinals team that can't run the football. Again, if you can't establish the run, you're not going to win a football game. But I have the Ravens winning this one based on their home, and their defense is tied with Jacksonville for the most takeaways. I see them getting a lot of takeaways this week against Savage God. Yeah, Texans have no shot to make the playoffs. I'm sorry, Houston. Deshaun Watson going down just completely fucked up your season. I'm sorry. You guys have no shot. So, yeah. But anyways, guys, that is going to end off this prediction video. If you've all enjoyed, remember to hit the like button. Don't forget, if your subscribe button is red like the Redskin helmets, then go ahead and click that subscribe button. Also, turn on the bell notification to see and get reminded every time I upload a video or go live on YouTube. Yeah, guys, have a good Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for watching. Stay thirsty, my friends, and peace out.